Imagine a world where the common people, the backbone of society, have no say in the laws that govern them. This was the reality for the plebeians of ancient Rome. For years, they toiled under the weight of inequality. But one day they decided enough was enough. They demanded more rights and political representation, leading to a monumental shift in Roman politics. This is the story of how the tribunate was born, a pivotal moment in the rise of the plebeians. In the early days of the Roman Republic, society was divided into two main classes: the patricians, who were the elite, and the plebeians, who were the commoners. The patricians were wealthy landowners and held all the political power, while the plebeians, who made up the majority of the population, had little to no influence. They were farmers, artisans and merchants, and their daily lives were marked by hard work and limited rights. This imbalance led to growing tensions and unrest among the plebeians, who began to demand more rights and a greater say in the government. The plebeians began to organize and demand more rights. They wanted a voice in the government and protection from the arbitrary decisions of the patricians. This struggle for equality was not easy, and it took many years of persistent effort and sacrifice. Early efforts were led by key figures like Lucius Sicinius Velutus, who inspired the plebeians to stand firm. Specific events, such as the first secession of the plebs in 494 BC, marked the beginning of their struggle. These early actions laid the foundation for the plebeians' eventual success in gaining political power. The plebeians' frustration reached a boiling point, leading to the first secession. The plebeians, tired of their grievances being ignored, devised a bold strategy. They withdrew from the city and refused to serve in the army, crippling Rome's military power. This mass exodus left the city vulnerable. The patricians were initially dismissive, but the reality of a defenseless Rome soon set in. They realized they had to act. This bold move forced the patricians to negotiate, resulting in the creation of the tribunate, a new office to protect plebeian interests. The plebeian strategy had worked, marking a significant shift in the balance of power in ancient Rome. The tribunate was a revolutionary institution in ancient Rome. It gave the plebeians the power to elect their own representatives, known as tribunes, who were crucial in balancing the power dynamics. These tribunes had the authority to protect the interests of the plebeians and veto unjust laws proposed by the patricians. The establishment of the tribunate marked a significant step towards political equality in Rome, as it provided a platform for the common people to voice their concerns. This new political structure allowed the plebeians to have a say in the governance of Rome, which was previously dominated by the patrician class. The immediate effects of the tribunate were profound, as it led to more inclusive and representative governance, reducing the social tensions between the classes. Over time, the tribunate became a cornerstone of Roman politics, ensuring that the voices of the common people were heard and respected. The creation of the tribunate had a lasting impact on Roman politics. It marked the beginning of a more inclusive government and set a precedent for future reforms. The plebeians' struggle for rights and representation is a powerful reminder of the importance of standing up for justice and equality. The tribunate's establishment led to significant changes in Roman society. It empowered the common people and ensured their voices were heard. The legacy of the plebeian struggle continues to inspire movements for equality and justice today. The story of the plebeians and the tribunate is a testament to the power of collective action and the enduring fight for equality. The plebeians' struggle for their rights is a powerful reminder that even in the face of great adversity, change is possible when people come together and demand their rights. Their fight for equality has left a lasting legacy that continues to inspire us today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more historical insights. Gap 2S. While the collective efforts of the plebeians were crucial, the role of key figures cannot be overlooked. Among the most influential tribunes was Gaius Terentilius Harsa, who proposed the Terentilian law, aiming to limit the power of the consuls. His courage set the stage for future reforms. Gap 3S. Another notable figure was Lucius Sicinius Velutus, who was instrumental in organizing the first secession of the plebs. His leadership and strategic acumen helped the plebeians to negotiate from a position of strength. Gap 3S. Then there was Spurius Aecilius, whose advocacy for the rights of the plebeians led to significant reforms, including the Lex Aecilia, which granted land rights to the plebs on the Aventine Hill. His dedication to the cause was unwavering. Gap 3S. Lastly, we must mention Tiberius Gracchus, a later tribune whose radical reforms and tragic fate highlighted the ongoing struggle for social justice. His efforts to redistribute land to the poor left an indelible mark on Roman history. Gap 3S. These individuals, through their leadership and vision, played pivotal roles in the plebeians' fight for equality. Their contributions remind us that while collective action is essential, the impact of dedicated leaders can make all the difference. Gap 2S. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you found this video insightful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more stories of resilience and change. Gap 2S. The increased political power of the plebeians brought about significant cultural and social changes in Rome. As they gained more influence, the rigid class distinctions began to blur, allowing for greater social mobility and a more inclusive society. Gap 3S. One of the most profound changes was the introduction of new laws that protected the rights of all citizens, not just the elite. This shift towards a more equitable legal system helped to foster a sense of unity and shared purpose among the Roman people. Gap 3S. Additionally, the plebeians' rise to power encouraged a more diverse cultural exchange. As they became more integrated into the political and social fabric of Rome, they brought with them unique traditions, customs, and perspectives that enriched Roman culture. Gap 3S. The arts and literature of Rome also flourished during this period. Plebeian voices began to be heard in public discourse, influencing everything from poetry and theatre to historical writing. This democratization of culture allowed for a more vibrant and dynamic society. Gap 3Es. Education became more accessible as well, with new opportunities for learning and intellectual growth available to a broader segment of the population. This emphasis on knowledge and enlightenment helped to propel Rome forward as a center of innovation and progress. Gap 3S. In essence, the political empowerment of the plebeians did more than just reshape the government. It transformed the very fabric of Roman society. It laid the groundwork for a more inclusive and culturally rich civilization that would leave a lasting legacy for generations to come. Gap 2S. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you found this video insightful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more stories of resilience and change. Gap 2S. The plebeians' struggle for equality and representation in ancient Rome was not an isolated event in history. Similar movements have occurred across different eras and cultures. Gap 3S, for example, the Magna Carta of 1215 in England marked a significant step towards limiting the power of the monarchy and establishing legal equality. Much like the plebeians, the barons who pushed for this charter sought to protect their rights. Gap 3S. Moving forward to the 18th century, the American Revolution was another pivotal moment in the fight for representation. The colonists' demand for no taxation without representation echoed the plebeians' insistence on having a voice in their government. This struggle culminated in the creation of a democratic system. Gap 3S. Similarly, the French Revolution of 1789 aimed to overthrow an oppressive regime and establish a more just society. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen sought to enshrine equality and protect the rights of all citizens. Gap 3S. In the 20th century, the civil rights movement in the United States highlighted the ongoing struggle for racial equality. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks fought tirelessly to dismantle systemic discrimination. Gap 3SS. These movements, though separated by time and geography, share a common thread: the pursuit of equality, representation, and justice. The plebeian struggle in ancient Rome set a precedent that would inspire countless others to challenge the status quo. Gap 3S. Understanding these historical parallels reminds us of the enduring importance of fighting for a just and equitable world. Gap 2S. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you found this video insightful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more stories of resilience and change.